Oh, the death of a girl's bike. But that's all they're good for. Let's go see what we stole the parts of. Let's go see what we stole the ass end of this off of to make. Alright. Haven't been able to do much. Just a couple hours here and there. But getting something done. We are back on the board track racer. We're doing stuff before I just had kind of sitting on it, so now I'm trying to kind of finalize like where the back fender goes and all the mounts and just kind of like welding tabs to things to have them something attached to. Took a socket and welded on there to finish making that bridge going across. Welded the exhaust on and just came out with the mountings and all the mounting points for the rear fender. Then after that I went and continued with making a the old bikes had a kind of kickstand not under the center of the bike, but it hung off the rear fender. I'm not quite sure what they look like, but I have a general idea how they work, so I just kind of went and made my own. So basically I cut that rear section of the frame off that other bike because I figured it's the correct distance away from the tire and the width should be the same. And essentially all we did is we just welded a washer center to hold it. And what we're going to have here is a couple of GM nuts. You got the nut on the inside that works the regular part of the wheel, and then another nut put on the outside. And same on the other side. I may or may not cut this off, I'm not sure. But here's how she works. You basically have a spring with a bolt on the back side of it, giving tension to a tab. So it's like kind of spring loaded. So what that allows you to do is to flick that and basically just drop it down. And you would push the bike backwards, and that would be your center stand. And you could run the bike and park the bike on that thing. And when you're done, you just swing it back up. Do this one-handed. Clip it back in. It's all just kind of tacked together, and it's kind of what I do with everything until I kind of have a idea that that's what I want to go with. And I had to tie the top and the bottom together. This is a curtain rod that I had from another project, and these pieces are out of this piece of Chinese ornate metal thing that was in a free pile. I just kind of cut them out and use that to tie them together and give it some kind of something. Not quite sure if I like that scroll or not yet, but it's on there. And what else did we do? Did the air cleaner. Right before there was nothing on this motor, it just kind of stopped right here. So I found a boot, an elbow from another carburetor. I took that, and the assembly that was on the end of that looked like this. Had a there's a threaded rod that goes through it and then attaches on the bottom, and that would have sat like that on whatever it was on, a mower or something. So that diameter is too large to fit in there, so right now we have a smaller filter. I'm about to show you. And there's an air filter inside there, and for now there's a can sitting on there. I was leaving it in a rat rod. That actually would look pretty cool, but I don't think so. Maybe I'll come up with something that kind of looks like that filter with like holes going around it, some kind of outer can, or maybe I'll go with I don't know, like a beer can or a soda can or something like that that goes with the color of the bike once it's painted. That's here nor there. And what else? We got the seat lowered down to where she should be, and trying to find again still something for the gas cap to cover that the piece of plumbing that's there. This is a lug cover for a like an 18-wheeler. Found that on the side of the road. I may epoxy that on there to give that the gas cap. I'm not sure yet, but that's what we got. A little further along. Generally my videos have more done than this, but as I said, I'm good for a couple hours standing up, then I gotta kind of get off my feet, so see if we can go fire it up. Run it underneath there. It's in gear. Alright, everything wants to fight me. The alarm wants to go off, the bike's in gear. This is in and out of gear. Land off, now it's in neutral. I'm gonna go shut my alarm off.
System disarmed.
The phone should ring right about now too. It's generally how it works, right? When you're making a video. Alright, let's try this shit again. Let's give her a little love in the intake. It's got a good kind of sound to it. I like it. So that's what we got going on with the bike. I went yard sailing. Today is Monday, and Saturday and Sunday I went yard sailing, and like bikes seem to be the theme of bikes, so I grabbed a couple. But I got one that any of you guys that grew up in the 70s, this was like what you wanted when you were a kid. Check this puppy out. Yeah, I love that front end. And it's a Springer front end from the day. And no, it's not a real one. It's I think in the late 90s they started making those knockoffs of those of that style Schwinn's. When I grew up, I had it was a Ross Apollo, and it kind of had that same kind of look to it, the same flat square back tire, and it had a shifter where it says Schwinn right there. And it was a 5-speed. I think it was the nuts until the weld broke down the crank. And back then nobody had a MIG welder, and a friend's dad tried to arc weld and he just blew it all apart. They got that big old fat slick back tire on it. Well, anyway, I wouldn't do this to a real one because they're worth too much, but this guy was cheap, and BW Darren hooked me up with one of those bike engine kits, and we're gonna try to get that motor inside one of these. All the things I've seen on YouTube, I haven't seen anybody do one of the small bikes. It's always been mountain bikes, balloon tire bikes, and the occasional like OCC Schwinn bike like I've done. So I may have to stretch that frame and the whole bike, maybe 4 to 6 inches, but that's okay. We'll make room for it. It should make for a good project. So the only thing that's goofy about this is check out the handlebars. I don't know if they broke the original one, then they stuffed another one in there, but they ain't attached. Makes it a little bit of rough riding, but we'll get that squared away. They actually cut it. They cut this one right here. It's not like it goes down on the inside of it. Alright guys, I figured I'd just make a little video kind of showing what I'm up to. Getting something done anyway. And pretty soon, got a little bit more to do on that. Just, what else do I have to do? Kind of finalize the gas tank and weld the 2 tabs on that. And pretty much I get to kind of tear it apart and start welding everything up final and taking all the, cleaning up all the welds and everything, and start painting some pieces, getting her put back together. But that's kind of what we're going to end up with. I got the headlight to still figure out to mount on the front. But I don't know, I think it's got a pretty cool look. It's filled in the frame pretty good. There's not much space left. That's the other thing too, I got to make a guard. I got to make a guard for this guy. I was playing earlier, I was thinking maybe something like that. But I don't know if I want to get into all that curly Q kind of stuff, Doesn't seem like it really kind of goes with the bike, but it's definitely filling up pretty good. All right, well, thanks for watching, and take care.